Hello and welcome to today's tarot reading. It's going to be how is the divine feminine feeling and how is the divine masculine feeling. So something that's been like just on me for the last few days to do this look at that. I gotta reshuffle that to do this reading. And what I was gonna say is that I was nervous. Like, I don't like surprises, like the tower just now. So I've been putting it off, and today I just could not. Like, it's just been dominating my mind. So I was like, okay. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pull a card for the divine feminine, clarify it, and we're gonna pull a card for the divine masculine and clarify it, and let the story unfold. I personally resonate with the divine masculine most of the time. But I do sometimes resonate with the divine feminine as well. So, and I would say this is pretty much for the month of April. If anything changes, I will know and I will do another reading. So let's get started. These cards are pre-shuffled because I'm always freaking shuffling. So our first card that we are going to clarify for the divine feminine is the Two of Pentacles. Oh boy. And the first card that we are going to clarify for the divine masculine is the Page of Swords. Somebody has something they need to say. So we have the Two of Pentacles on the divine feminine side and the Page of Swords on the divine masculine side. Feels like divine feminine is waiting to weigh out what is going to be said or information that's going to be shared. That's all. I'm like, my temperature is rising right now. So today I have my water. Yesterday I started coughing. I think I was talking about the Knight of Wands, and I got all hot and flustered. I was gonna say hot and bothered. I didn't get hot like that. Let me move it right along. So Two of Pentacles on the divine feminine side is clarified by the Hermit, the Page of Swords again, and the Eight of Pentacles. So let me do this. The Hermit, Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. All right. That's clarifying this. Hermit came out first. Really hate the way I have an issue with this. So it's looking like this, right? It's this way. I had the Hermit facing the wrong way at first. So, like I said in the beginning, this divine feminine, whichever energy source that you resonate with at this time, because we all have yin and yang, right? But like I was saying, I resonate with the divine masculine most of the time. However, there are times when I'm feeling particularly feminine. So, and it's not like changing every other week. It'll change occasionally throughout the year. So it's like that. So use it how it resonates with you, or don't use it at all. So the divine feminine is going to weigh out, or has been expecting some sort of communication, and is expecting some sort of heart-to-heart communication and to exchange, to finally have this exchange with the divine masculine. However, she's been waiting a long damn time. So there's been things to consider along the way. What if this never comes? This meaning what? This meaning what? This conversation to bring what? Healing, to bring closure. What if this never comes? Then what? Are we going to repair something with this? And I think the Divine Feminine is looking to have this conversation and repair something, to build upon. I'm not seeing any sort of leaving just yet, but I am going to clarify further because this has to be clarified further. So, Divine Masculine is here with info or something to say. Look, info, like intel, with info or something to say. Let's see. The Page of Swords. It's going to be clarified by suspense. It's too much. Page of Swords on the Divine Masculine side. It's clarified by King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. I'm going to do this way. So yes, this way. Okay. He's looking at the Queen of Pentacles. My left, your right. Divine Masculine has something to say, has a conversation or some information to finally share, to finally share. And he's been in this sort of fearful little bits of information at a time, or not the whole story, or bits and pieces, or not communicating clearly. He's been in there so long, and I think he's starting to realize that in order to progress, because both of them are like at a standstill with pages of swords ready to exchange and have this final, not final, but finally have this conversation. And now he's finally starting, or I'm saying he because it's the Divine Masculine side, but the Divine Masculine is finally at the point of, you know what? Maybe it's time for the facts to come out. Maybe it's time for the facts to come out so we know how we're going to proceed. Here's the Queen of Pentacles, our practical life. Maybe it's time for this conversation to happen, for things to get straightened out, so we know how we're going to proceed. But I'll be damned if it isn't pulling teeth to get this to start. This is showing me that it's difficult for the Divine Masculine at this time. Obviously, I mean, it's been so long he grew up. But it's been difficult for the Divine Masculine to take this chance on possibly jeopardizing this union, this practical union here. But he is considering, highly considering, having this conversation. Let's see. I mean, we need to clarify further because I need to know what this Page of Swords is here with the Divine Feminine. And I definitely need to know what the King of Swords has on his mind and what sort of regretful feeling am I getting from this. I'm getting regret. I'm not getting, oh, I'm tired, but I still have some fight left in me. I'm not getting that. I'm getting a sorrowful emotion from that card, from that Nine of Swords. So let's see. What is the exchange, the communication that the Divine Feminine wants to have with this Page of Swords, please? This Page of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. We're going to clarify the Hermit on the Divine Feminine side. That's clarified by the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Pentacles as well on the Divine Feminine side. And that's clarified by the Five of Swords. So the Divine Feminine is, no doubt about it, holding on to some hurt. And I mean, all right, let me do this right. No doubt about it. Holding on to some hurt. This is the conversation that's going to occur. This is going to clear, hopefully clear things up for the Divine Feminine. But it's been so long, she's been in her head about it. She's been replaying the hurt. This person, the Divine Feminine person, is still, the wound is still open. There's no closure. The wound is still open. And this is what she's been working on. This clarified the Eight of Pentacles. She's been working on healing or getting over it. She has been working on that. And is hoping that this conversation will shed some light to relieve some of that. She's waiting to talk about what she thinks, she knows, she found out. What she thought was the relationship that her eyes were open to. And this is, this shook the Divine Feminine. It shook her to the core. The Tower doesn't need to be here for me to know that. For her to be here, this took her into the Hermit, because everything she thought she knew wasn't exactly the case. Now we're going to clarify further the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles again. These people are divine counterparts for sure. Both of them have the Queen of Pentacles right under the Page of Swords. This informational exchange, this exchange between them is a powerful karmic tie. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Oh, so let's see what the Divine Masculine is working with. Let's see what you're working with, because you've been this Page of Swords for a minute. Let's see what's going on. So the King of Swords over here is clarified by Nine of Swords. That's why it took so long. It's taking so long. And remember I said that it could put this in jeopardy. This is standing for his foundation. The unit is his foundation. However, this conversation could put that in jeopardy. That's why it's taking so long. That's why you try to go in there like this with bits and pieces of information. And no, that did not come correct. And it seems as though the divine feminine was just unable to accept that. Like her spirit, hermit, like was like, no, there's more. There's That's not the whole story. And here we have the king. We went from Page of Swords to King of Swords, but the king is feeling like this still. The Queen of Pentacles on the divine masculine side is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles on the divine masculine side. So far we got this going on. Tens, endings. These pentacles aren't always like, you know, the greatest. They can stand for the high, successful, you know, conclusion. And it can also stand for a final conclusion. Your foundation, his practical foundation, his family life, his standard of living, his everything. It's like everything that means anything to him is riding on this conversation. And they've been at a standstill. Having this conversation would turn him into a King of Swords. But he's at a standstill as a Page of Swords. And the divine feminine is at a standstill. Like, you know what? Am I going to get this conversation or not? Is he stalling for the rest of my life? Thinking, you know, I'm going to sit here forever. You know, in this Two of Pentacles uncertainty mode. The Nine of Wands on the divine masculine side. Oopsies. If cards flip out, like, I'm not taking them unless, like, it comes out, like, legit wanting to come out. Because I fumble the cards all the time. Nine of Wands is clarified by we are going to have to get some advice here. And Spirit, we're going to need you because these are divine counterparts. The masculine is currently feeling this. The Nine of Wands was clarified by the Four of Cups. So he's still feeling apprehensive. Here goes the cup of courage for your emotions, but he's still feeling very apprehensive. This is for the month of April, for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This clarified I've been telling you guys, Spirit has been super clear. This clarified the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. When I said it seems like his foundation, family, everything he knows is in jeopardy with this conversation, not knowing which way it's going to go. Let me get, actually, let me get 3 cards from Spirit for the Divine Feminine. If you feel like you're in the Divine Feminine element, I'm sweating. Like, they've got me heated. I'm sweating. Okay, 3 cards from Spirit for the Divine Feminine, please. 3 of Cups. Ooh, 3 of Swords. And the Hermit. When I say clear, I mean clear. These are the 3 cards from Spirit in this order. Hermit, 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords, and the Hermit. This is what the Divine Feminine is going through. Obviously, a third party situation. Obviously, third party can be family, friends, external influences, what have you. They're not going to break your heart if it's, work, too much work or whatever. However, if it's infidelities, it's going to break your heart. If it's, family that's there and they're not necessarily for the progress of your relationship and this person hasn't done anything, that's going to break your heart. These are the 3 cards that she will be dealing with for the month of April. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for the Divine Masculine for the month of April. I don't even know what day it is today. They're almost like at a stalemate. So the 3 cards from Spirit for the Divine Masculine. I gotta shuffle these good. Sorry. First card, it's the 2 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance. Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna cry. So, on the Divine Masculine side, gonna have to find the courage, love. You are going to have to find the courage. You are going to have to trust and find the courage. These are divine counterparts. This is a big deal right now. This is a big deal for them right now. All right. I gotta get some tissues, cool down. I'm a little bit upset. But it's over, it's out. For April.